Holy shit. Oh my god. Guys, the ban list. Oh man, I was not expecting this today. I mean, it makes sense that the ban list would come out this week. They told us mid-September. They told Simo talked about this the other day, that traditionally the TCG ban list comes out a little bit after the OCG ban list. So that would make sense. And Spirit Warriors is right around the corner, so one or two things on here I'm sure you can imagine are for that, to promote that set, plus some other stuff. But this list, this is a lot to take in. This might be the biggest ban list ever. When did we get one this huge that hits this much? The closest one was like end of Shadal format, like that one 2 or 3 years ago. But oh man, like just this ban list, just it's so big it doesn't feel real. But it is real, and I do kind of love it, but I'm kind of... I know this sounds ridiculous. I'm so not sure what to even think of it, but I'm doing it, guys, because let's be real here. If you don't get this video out within the first few hours, you get no views. So, first up, thing to talk about, the ban list is effective starting today. Some people are really turned off by this. I actually think it's whatever. Most locals I've been to and have heard about usually start enforcing a new ban list the minute it's announced anyways. So at that point, just announce it Monday. Most locals are, I'm sure there are a lot of locals that are early in the week, but I'm sure there are a lot that are later in the week. And we were so mentally prepared and waiting for this. If you didn't have a plan for after the ban list hit, well, I shouldn't say that. Some things I imagine were people's backup plans kind of got slaughtered. But without further ado, let's get started. Normally, I do this from unbanned to banned, but honestly, I'm so dumbfounded. I don't even know where to begin, because even the stuff that's now at 3, I think, has some potential. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with banned. Shockingly enough. Let's get started. First up is Dynamite, the true Draco fighter. One thing you're going to hear me say a lot in this list is it's an important part of the deck, but did it really need to get hit? I don't know why they hit Dynamite. Dynamite's a very powerful card. The search utility off it is amazing. What it can do, and it's a good powerhouse. It's easy to summon and all that, and you can really get your combos going with. But was it really the problem? It's a pain in the neck, but under circumstances I do get it, as in a weird way it's kind of the Stratos for the deck. But you know, I would much rather they banned Masterpiece. And as we all know, I'm really not a fan of banning stuff. I think you could just put it to 1 and just put a lot of stuff around it to 1 and you'd be fine. Grand Soil, the Elemental Lord, degenerate FTK loop nonsense, I get it. I don't know, I hadn't seen this loop in action. I'm just really worried about my boy Firewall Dragon. I got 3 of those guys right now, and I'm seriously afraid in next ban list some silly FTK could get him killed. True King Lithid. We keep calling them Lithium Orgasm at my local, but it's not that. Look, if you're going to hit a True King, hit that one. That card's a pain in the ass. I hate it. I hate cards that steal from the extra deck. So much of what is Yu-Gi-Oh! Now is being able to use your extra deck to have your back. And I hate it when stuff hits it like that. Although that being said, I'm really excited for Jack Knights. Fine. I wouldn't have hit the True Kings. I would have given them a little more time to shine, but I get it. I really do. Denglong. I was not expecting Denglong on here. Again, I understand it. Denglong is a very powerful card, but the same logic with the True King guy. Like, I just didn't see him as in that tier 1 be-all end-all. This has to die now. I mean, again, I think any deck that can search out Spell and Traps is a really powerful card and probably deserves on the ban list sooner or later. But I don't know. Kind of a very out there hit, and they didn't even reprint it in the Megatins. I don't want to sound cynical, but a lot of times they reprint things in the Megatins before they ban them. This card was going up in price simply because people didn't think it was going to get hit, and well, I'm not a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Investor, but I imagine there's some people pissed right now. Daigusto Emerald? This one is just so random. I mean, yes, Emerald's very powerful. Has been a big mainstay in this game since it came out all those years ago, but Really? I mean, you killed the other thing that was really using it, the Zoodiacs. We'll get to that in a sec, but why? Like, Zoodiac was the deck that was really abusing it, and that's dead, as we'll know in a sec. But I don't know. And then under links, the card has some simple weaknesses built into it. I don't know. Maybe there's something I don't know, but that to me feels like the putting Upstart to 1, just random. Then we get the Zoodiac hits. I find it funny in Glasgow's reaction video. Yugioh organization forgot to put the new next to these two. So if you could look at that, you're like, where the hell? Why didn't Zoo get hit? But no, Broadball and Dryden, yeah, makes sense. Zoo needed to die. It's been tier 0 since January. It had to go. It took so many YCSs. It dodged getting hit so many times, like on the adjusted list that gave us the Magician's back. There's no logical reason why the deck was this powerful for this long, and I'm glad they went straight for the kill hits, unlike in the OCG where they thought we could just kill a couple things and that'll do it. Nah, they killed the 2 main combo enablers, showing that Konami does actually pay attention to the OCG. No Stratos and no Exciton Knight. That's confusing because Exciton Knight just got reprinted a few months back. I have a theory, but I'll save that for the end of the video. Then to 1, Ignis Heat. I forgot this thing existed. I'm so used to only ever seeing Dynamite in the True Draco matchup. I'm not going to read the card effect. I don't care. Random. The True Draco hits on this list. Why didn't Diagram get hit? Why didn't Masterpiece get hit? They hit the things around it, but for what purpose? Those 2 cards are so hated nowadays. And look, True Draco has obviously, in its current state, been hit very hard by this list, because the Dynamite and something else on here was very important, but Ignis Heat? Who cares? Going on, Miscellaneous Source is now at 1. Yeah, that card's a bit of a pain in the ass. Really annoying, a lot of search. The protection gets annoying. So, again, like I keep saying, I didn't think True Draco Dinos really needed to get, True King Dinos need to get hit, but alright, so far they've hit stuff that irritates me. So, Zoodiac Rat Pierre is now at 1. That's basically banning it, so whatever. That's it for the Zoo hits on here. Personal opinion, though, I do believe that someone somewhere will find some bullshit combo with Shotgun Eye. There are a few going around in the OCG. The deck still has Whiptail. It still has Barrage, but I doubt anything it gets from here will see a lot of traction. It'll probably be like the Shadul Trains. It's interesting, it's fun, it does what it does, but it's no better than just at the casual level. Dark Hole is now back at 1. When I first read this, I was like, that's weird and random, but thinking about this for a minute, board wipes became big in 2017 because of the boards Zoo could make. Now that Zoo are gone, getting to big boards like that functions a lot differently, and you go into stuff. My World Chalice are a prime example of this. Zoo were annoying because they could make big boards and then still have back row. World Chalice can. A lot of big board makers in Link era can't, now that Zoo's gone. So, it makes sense. You know, we have 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Hole. I think that's fair enough. They also, Gateway of the 6 is now at 1. I think it's at 3 in the OCG and no one cares. Like I said, 6 Sam are getting their support coming out. I'm honestly shocked Reinforcement of the Army didn't get a bump up just for that extra push, but, you know, a lot of people love 6 Sams. A lot of people have held on to their mint gateways for a long-ass time for when the 6 Sams would ever get support again, so a lot of people are happy about that. Have your fun. I doubt it's going to do too much to the meta. Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers at 1. Again, same logic with Dark Hole still applies here. Other than that, yeah, it makes sense. Kaiju are such a big part of Yu-Gi-Oh! And splashing Kaiju engines into things can be such a pain in the ass. Like, some people are even putting the Kaiju in the World Chalice, and it's just kind of like, no, that kind of ruins the fun. So yeah, board wipe, Kaiju, I think it was fair. Honestly, I've hated Kaiju Slumber from day 1. Good riddance. And last but not least, True King's Return is at 1. Now, they get a little hard to remember. That's the one that, like, banishes from face up on the field when tributed. Good. I don't like that card. If I had to pick next to Masterpiece and Diagram, this would be the one I would hit. Again, the True Draco hits, they're very extensive, but I don't know if they kill the deck necessarily. They change the way you'll have to play the deck, but we've seen it happen before. You think you're hitting such a key essential part of the problem, but that doesn't stop it. It happened with the Norden ban and the Terratop hit and the Rat Pierre semi-limit for Zoos, and that didn't stop it. We'll see what happens. A lot of stuff went to 2. Was not seeing that coming. I kind of like it. We're now out of the part where I could potentially be pissed off here. I'm happy about everything from here. Now at 2, BLS doesn't make a difference, but sure, why not? Luster Pendulum. I love Luster Pendulum, but it's easily somewhere on the top, like 20 favorite cards ever. So seeing it at 2 is really good. Again, pendulums in this new era really don't do a ton, and Luster doesn't even do a ton unless you use it right with the Magicians. Actually, I kind of want to rebuild my Magicians now. Mathematician is at 2. Sure, why not? Brio is at True. God and Errata. Personal opinion, though, Brio is still broken. It can really do a lot. But again, it got an Errata. Synchros aren't super hot right now, and when you only have one extra deck zone, a 2300 that kills your hand and can then be run over isn't always the best option. Librarians at 2. I actually weirdly have a playset of Germans Librarian, so I'm looking forward to that for my silly synchro ship. But again, same logic. It is so hard to synchro spam now that it really doesn't matter. I could see it going back to 3 next ban list, and it won't make too big a difference. Brain Control card is shit nowadays. Just plain Mind Control. It's shinier and it looks kind of cooler. Burial from a different dimension. Sure, who cares? El Shadol Fusion is at 2. That's really fun, especially because it allows for Shadols to have some playability with links, because you could always just attack with a big fusion, quick play, use that, all that stuff. But again, no construct, the deck won't gain any traction, even if it is good. Preparation of Rites is for Vendreads. I saw this one coming. I think Prep is good at 2, but this means we can never get Necros back. We definitely cannot get Necros back anytime soon. And then at 3, we get a lot of cool stuff. This isn't just random shit no one cares about anymore. Well, some of it is, but some of this is really interesting. Debris Dragon is at 3. That's maybe the least interesting thing on here, but Debris Dragon had some really classic combos. It's arguably, again, like I said, Synchro Spam is dead, so Debris Dragon has seen his best days gone, but again, he's at 3. Someone could come up with something. Honest is at 3. That really helps Light Sworns or just any light deck. Again, like, hand traps are so important in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, and Honest is kind of like one of the OG hand traps. So that's good. Rescue Cat. I'm going to be straight up honest. Rescue Cat is one beast deck away. One beast deck away from becoming insanely broken. It's still really good even with the errata, so watch that one, boys. Rescue Rabbit's now at 3 from Limited. Oh, my world chalice. I don't even know if it's worth playing the thing at 3, because sometimes it can be cloggy, especially because I'm having a lot of trouble balancing my normal monster ratios. But yeah, I get it. Again, with how board spamming has been changed in Yu-Gi-Oh! With links, stuff like Rescue Rabbit I think does get some extra utility. Then we have Summoner Monk, who is at 3. Great. I mean, again, like, same logic with the rescues. But I love this. As a hero fan, Summoner Monk is such a good opener. So seeing him go to 3 I think is really fun. Witch of the Black Forest. Who cares? Sangan did nothing. This card will do nothing. Even without an errata, this card is useless. Charge of the Light Brigade. I love the fact that Light Sworns get to now be at full power. I mean, the deck came back and it got fun new support, and I think this might help it get some traction, so that could be good. Ravine, sure, another card where I could see it one day going back on the list, but for now it's fine. And finally, Wavering Eyes. That's a real interesting one. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think Wavering Eyes could be really interesting at 3. Pendulums, like I keep saying, are not really a thing right now, but the utility you get off Wavering Eyes is insane. And let's not forget, there's a Pendulum deck coming out in Extreme Forces. Okay, that's 4 or 5 months from now, but that could mean something. Magicians are, I guess, like tier 2 right now. Maybe, I don't know what's going to happen to the tier list after this, but there's that. Cleese get a Link monster. Cleese could potentially do something with Wavering Eyes at 3. Who knows, but this actually enables stuff in this game. They actually took stuff off the ban list that kind of means something. Maybe it won't in the long run, but it's something, and this ban list sure is something. I'm sorry if this video is a little on the long side, but look at this! Like, this ban list is nuts! They did so much, and unfortunately this is what happens when we get ban lists so infrequently. You have to go very big, but even by the compared to the last couple of lists, this is insane. I don't really know what to even think is top tier. I mean, obviously Spirals, when they come out, will be really big. Invoked, I think, will do a lot. Maybe the Magicians. I'd love for My World Chalice to do something, but I doubt it. Six Sams might be something, but the OCG has 3 Gateway. Nobody cares, but oh god, just this list, guys. Tell me what you think of it in the comments below, because Jesus. As always, click to like, click to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.